This is my inheritance now, my sister said with a malicious smile. Pack your bags and leave, you don't belong here. Mom added, she deserves this more than you. I pulled out the deed and said, actually, Grandma sold me the house last year. The look on her face when the police arrived. I never thought I'd be writing this story, but after everything that happened, I need to get it all out. My name is Hannah Collins, and this is about how my own family tried to steal my inheritance, and how I got the last laugh. To understand this story, you need to know about my grandmother, Eleanor Thompson. She was the kindest, most generous woman I've ever known, but she was also sharp as a tack and didn't suffer fools. She lived in this beautiful Victorian house that had been in our family for 3 generations. It was worth easily $650,000, maybe more with the current market. Growing up, I spent every summer at Grandma Eleanor's house while my parents worked. My sister Abby, who's 5 years older than me, was always too busy with her friends or later, her boyfriends, to visit much. She'd show up for holidays and birthdays, charm everyone with her fake smile, then disappear again. Our mom, Diane, always favored Abby. It was obvious to everyone except maybe Dad, who worked too much to notice. Abby was the golden child, prettier, more popular, better grades in high school. I was the difficult one because I asked questions and didn't just go along with whatever Abby wanted. When I turned 19, instead of going straight to a 4-year college like my parents expected, I moved in with Grandma Eleanor. She was starting to have some health issues and needed help around the house. My parents were furious, especially Mom, who said I was wasting my potential and being dramatic. Abby just laughed and said I was probably just scared to leave home. But Grandma Eleanor was thrilled to have me. We'd spend hours talking about everything: her youth, family history, her dreams, my dreams. She taught me to cook her famous apple pie, showed me old photo albums, and told me stories about her late husband, my grandfather, who died when I was young. I did eventually go to college, but I chose a local community college so I could keep living with Grandma and helping her out. I studied business administration and worked part-time at a local accounting firm. After graduating, I became a full-time bookkeeper at the same firm, making decent money for our area. It wasn't glamorous, but I was happy. Abby, meanwhile, went to a fancy private university 3 states away, majoring in communications. She'd come home for holidays, and every time she'd make little comments about how I was playing house with Grandma and how I'd never amount to anything if I didn't stop babying an old woman. Mom would always agree with Abby. Hannah, you need to think about your future, she'd say. You can't live with Grandma forever. Abby's building a real career. What they didn't know was that Grandma Eleanor was teaching me more than just cooking and family stories. She was showing me her business records, her investments, her property management. She owned 2 rental properties besides her own house, and she'd been managing everything herself for decades. About 2 years ago, when I was 24, Grandma Eleanor sat me down for a serious conversation. Hannah, honey, she said, I